They banned EDEGES in schools in Jamaica, and I think it's amazing.
You had an idea? EDEGES make you learn?
EDEGES tutorial.
Precisely, because when you're a high school student, I happen to think that you should be thinking about your education and not your edges.
After all these years of Jamaica having its independence, it still upholds Eurocentric colonial standards.
I'm in the classroom and I'm saying every minute, hello, can you put away the mirror, please?
People have to realize edges aren't for everyone. Like, why did someone tell me oh, you should do your edges, they're really cute? No, they wouldn't.
I relaxed my friend's edges.
Ever since I started to use sunlight for my edges, I've never looked back.
Ladies, can we genuinely end this trend right now?
This is how they came out.
I don't know who started this trend, whether it was Sexy Red or one of these ratchet celebrities, but this has to end.
They need to ban everything over here, everything.
I'm not sure what's your headspace, but to us, you look stupid.
I think that whilst you might think that, oh, it's just edges, I think that your focus, babe, it's all in the wrong places.
Wagwan Islanders family, of course, your favorite island girl is back in the building. And listen, guys, I don't know if you know, but school just reopened in Jamaica just this past Monday, and already the drama is hotter than the Jamaican sun. Yeah, so there's this high school that is called the St. Andrew High School for Girls. They just dropped a bombshell on Instagram saying that curtains belong at home and not on your forehead. And by curtains, they mean the girls' edges, them baby hair. So yes, guys, they have officially banned students from doing their edges or doing baby hair. Oh, me know, must say I wonder, why is Jody talking about this? Me have to bring the drama over here because this post didn't just stay local. No. It flew across the waters and it landed on blogs like It's On Site and even the Shade Room. Everybody must know the Shade Room. And it sparks a heated debate. Some people are saying that the school is right. Edges are a distraction. Maybe that the girls are in the bathroom doing each other's hair instead of learning. Plus, sometimes you just leave this whole white mess. I'm going to talk about that further down in the video. And on the flip side of it now, others were saying that, come on now, it is 2025 and edges don't stop education. And this is just another example of policing black girls here. So of course, guys, we're going to break it down. We're going to get into the nitty gritty, the meat of the matter. And just in case y'all think me exaggerating, say me make up things, here is the actual Instagram post from St. Andrew High for Girls. And let me just read the caption real quick. It says that please be advised that the wearing of edges is now officially banned on campus. Remember, curtains belong in the house, not on foreheads. Social media manager deserve a raise for this post. Now listen, I don't know about you, but from I saw this, I had to double check if it was real. I mean, they didn't just want to ban edges, they came with a whole hairline metaphor. Yeah, that's a metaphor, right? Let me know down in the comments. But guys, jokes aside, this official notice has everybody talking. Local Jamaicans are fired up, and as I said, even international blogs are even carrying it. And that is why we're here today, because apparently the fight between education and edges, aka baby hair, is now a global discussion.
So I heard that they banned EDEGES in schools in Jamaica, and I think it's amazing. They need to ban everything over here, everything. Because right about now, the children are too nuff. They're just too nuff. When you was younger, your mum used to say, I don't really like that little girl, because she's too nuff. Now I'm sorry, everybody's child is too nuff. Like, it's actually ridiculous. I'm in the classroom and I'm saying every minute, hello, can you put away the mirror, please? Excuse me, can you put away the mascara, please? Why have you done your lip gloss about 50 times? Your lips are about to drop off. Can you put it away? The next one's got our eyelash curler. You're rude. I don't even own one. The next girl had a whole mirror, A4 size with lights around it and a stand. You're extremely rude, young lady. Go and put back your mother's things in her bathroom, because it's teeth. I know your teeth and your parents' things. One of the little girls had little lip gloss. Miss, do you like my lip gloss? It's Yves Saint Laurent. You're rude. You don't even concentrate in French and you're telling me about Yves Saint Laurent. I have to ask them, what time is it in the morning that you're waking up? I need to understand. Because in the morning, I am literally looking like I'm homeless. Like I crawled out of the tent underneath the subway and I'm looking little change for pasta later on. It's definitely giving mad gal. I'm outside looking like a fiend. Hello, where is the Nest Cafe? And you lot are looking like you're ready for New York Fashion Week. It's not making sense. I don't understand it. There needs to be a ban on everything because they're so interested in everything about their appearance. They are not studying their books. They're in the classroom and they're worried about the edges. They're worried about all these things. The edges has got so much style and pattern. It's giving heart attack. That's what it's giving. I need to understand what time in the morning you lot are waking up to put on this production, because it's a whole thing that's going on. And here, there's me, lip dry, bare things, and I'm just in the classroom like, hello. Because it's giving supermodel. And let me not even get started on the short skirts. Because the short skirts is a different thing. That's a whole new...
Just for context, guys, let me just put this out here, because I know that some of you guys do not understand how schools in Jamaica are. We are way stricter than a lot of other countries. When it comes on to your uniform, your shoes, your hairstyle, everything has to be aligned with the school rules. So appearance is already a big part of our discipline system. The girls can't wear nails, they can't wear braid, they can't wear extension, none of that.
A Jamaican high school for girls has banned edges and it is causing outrage. Some people in the comments are calling it racial profiling, and I just want to say, you're probably from America, maybe from the UK. Either way, you're not Jamaican calling out racial profiling for a school policy, so keep on moving. Others are saying, what does hair have to do with education? And I want to say precisely, babes, precisely, because when you're a high school student, I happen to think that you should be thinking about your education and not your edges. Other people are like, oh, surely there are bigger things to talk about. And I'm like, well, yes, I agree with you. We shouldn't have to talk about edges in Jamaica, because I see this as like one step towards infiltration from like cable television that is ruining our culture of schools and basically watering down the system. Because as a Jamaican who went to the UK, and I was completely appalled by how I saw people wearing uniforms. I've done videos about this before, about girls with their skirts so short you can almost see you know what falling out of you know where. I have seen girls with wigs, with weaves, with edges, with nails, with lashes. The list goes on. And I happen to think that a teenager should not be thinking of school as a fashion show, as my dad would say, but you should be thinking of school for school. So I think that whilst you might think that, oh, it's just edges, I think that your focus, babe, it's all in the wrong places. And you might think that, oh, well, it's just a pointless rule. And I happen to think that sometimes we need to bring structure into school. We need to bring rules, because rules sometimes need to be followed. And if you're like me, when I was in school, no, I did not follow all the rules. But you know what? It taught me how to get away with what I wanted. You know, the fact that there was some structure there taught me how are you going to navigate life in such a way that you can still remain respectful, but sometimes you do need to learn how to push a boundary. However, it was never with my hair, it was never with a hairstyle. And let's be honest, okay, the whole put your hair from here and take it over yasso down to your eyebrow and just swoops with the gel, I personally don't understand it. I don't think it looks cute, and so maybe that's why I don't like this style anyway, and therefore the rule doesn't bother me. But the point is, as a mother of two young girls, do I want them going to school and the first thing that is on their mind is how their hair is gelled down to their forehead? No, babes. I want them to go to school, and I want them to think about the types of adult human beings that they're going to be. I want them to get educated academically, socially, sports, all the things that really matter. And for me, your hair should not be your number one priority when you're in school, and that becomes like the focus. That becomes how people kind of identify, how they categorize, how they section out the cliques, how they become bullies over here. Like, no, I'm not into it. So do I support this rule? 100%. Am I happy to hear what you have to say? 100%.
I'm not sure if you guys remember that a few months back I did a whole video talking about edges. I'm not sure if you remember this one in particular, and we were saying how the edges trend or the baby hair trend is just getting out of proportion. Y'all agreed with me, because that video was very well received, and a lot of us realized that it has gone too far, you know, from being a cute little detail to a full-blown obsession. Now, almost a year later, here we are again. We circle right back, only this time it's on a bigger stage, because it's not just social media debating, you know, it's an actual high school putting their foot down and saying no more edges. Of course, I thought, why not bring it to my Islanders family, bring it on this platform, that way we can have a good conversation like we did the first time, right? So of course, guys, you know, I really want to hear your feedback, fam, you know, about this one. Do you think that the schools are going too far, or do you think that they are right in trying to keep the girls focused and neat? Of course, drop your thoughts below, because I know this topic, it's about to get heated. Now guys, before we jump into the rest of this video, just remember to like this video for your girl. It's easy and it's free. And if you're seeing my face for the very first time, it's your girl Jody. I mean, please Join the Islanders family by, of course, hitting that subscribe button. With that being said, let's get into today's video.
Yo, I knew this was going to happen, yo. Why are high schools in Jamaica are starting to ban girls from wearing these fake edges and baby hairs on the entire campus? I honestly feel like this trend is going to continue because, ladies, I don't know who started this trend, whether it was Sexy Red or one of these ratchet celebrities, but this has to end. This is almost just as bad as a man weave. These baby hairs are not natural. It's ruining y'all hairlines. And then when y'all get older, y'all hairline is going to be all the way back here because you've been greasing and slicking it down for the last couple years. Ladies, embrace your hair. If you don't have the baby hairs, if your edges don't have that, just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
People have to realize edges aren't for everyone. Like, why did someone like tell me like, oh, you should do your edges, they're really cute? No, they wouldn't. If I did edges, they would not look cute. Like, don't lie. Right, guys? Like, they would not look cute like that. That would not look cute. That would not look natural. That would look kind of scary. Like, it would just not look good. Like, I feel like we just have to let the forehead be. You know, let her bang without the bang.
Ladies, can we genuinely end this trend right now? Like, I'm not sure if you guys aspire to have this much baby hair, or you think that we the people believe that this is actually your baby hair, or you have this much baby hair. I'm not sure what's your headspace, but to us, you look stupid. Quite frankly, not even baby have this much baby hair. Can we just stop this? And not only that, guys, do you see this? This is damn near half of her head. She took this out and said, this is my baby hair. Ladies, this is pathetic. Let's kill this trend. Like, please, I'm begging you all.
We're going to break it down because now we're going to look at possibly the school's reasoning. So, of course, as I said, let us start with the school side of things. The official statement was saying that currently belongs at home and not on your face. I just can't get over it because, listen, the shade is just so real. Just talking about banning the edges, but comparing them to curtains. St. Andrew High School for Girls said, open the drapes. We need to see that forehead. It's okay, guys. Let's be fair because their argument is about discipline and focus. So as I said, they are saying that maybe the girls are spending way too much time in the bathroom, not to use the toilet or to wash their hands, but to lay their edges with, we have the gel, we have the eco style, we have the toothbrush, we have the comb, we have the spray, you name it all. It's like a full-blown salon session. And by the time they are done, they are either late or maybe class is even finished. And as I said before, at the top of this video, we talk about the white residue problem. I'm not sure if you know that sometimes depending on the gel that you use, I don't know what it is, but sometimes when that gel dries up, it leaves a flaky, chalky look, and they're saying that the girls are walking out of the bathroom looking like less neat than they went in before. And trust me, I can understand that based on the video that I did last year. So this isn't the first rule that we have seen like this across the schools in Jamaica. We have always had our list of rules and regulations where uniforms must look a certain way. Your skirts usually are asked to be 3 inches or even 4 inches below the knee. No phones in class, no fake nails, no lashes, no nothing like that. So in their mind, banning edges is just another way of keeping things structured. But here's a question I want to throw at you guys. Do rules like this really help students to stay focused? Or is it nitpicking, focusing on appearance instead of academics? Islanders family, of course, drop your thoughts down below because this one I know is a little bit tricky.
Ever since I started to use sunlight for my edges, I've never looked back. As a natural head babe, it doesn't lift, it doesn't melt. I don't experience breakage. Like this side, we are cruising nicely. One time I didn't have sunlight, so I decided to experiment on this black soap and it works just as good. Shout out to whoever put me on because I don't expect to see myself buying any edge gel anytime soon. And whatever is in the soap, spectacular. Give me 13 of them right now. Bye.
I relaxed my friend's edges. This is the before. I used a soft and fuel relaxer. She complained a lot. On some put this here, do this. Hey, even here you can see she's now taking over. Trying to wash it herself. But she struggled. We then put in shampoo and rinsed it off again. We then applied hair moisturizer to restore moisture into her hair. No, you can never go wrong with sunlight brick bar to do your edges. This is how they came out. They turned out very cute. Watch my previous video to see how I installed these locks on her. Like this video. Bye!
Alright, now guys, we're going to look at the students as well as the public's perspective because we know we have to take it from all angles. Yeah. So of course, let's flip the coin and look at the girls' perspective because let's be real guys, you know, the edges and our baby hair are a big deal in the whole black culture. It's not just hair, you know, for a lot of us, edges are a form of creativity, self-expression and even confidence. So think about it. Some of the girls spend time painting, some may do makeup, some may like hair. Well, styling edges is like drawing on little swirls and waves. So it's an art form. You know, it's also a cultural identity. You know, edges have been a part of our beauty standard for decades, for as far as I can think, for them say, from as far as what we kill philo. And honestly, edges don't really stop you from learning. You know, it doesn't stop you from passing math or even passing chemistry. Like, can you imagine your teacher saying to you that, sorry, you failed the physics test because your baby hairs were too late? You know, make it make sense. But, you know, no, I do understand that schools want, you know, neatness and order. But on the other hand, you know, social media is saying, why does it matter? Let the girls express themselves, you know, it is not harming anyone. And trust me guys, as I said, the backlash, when you look at these comment section, the backlash has been loud. Shade room comments especially, they were just dragging left and right. Some people are agreeing with the school, but most of them were saying like, you know, this is 2025, why are we still policing here?
I think at this point everybody should see St. Andrew's High School for Girls. They posted that no edges, right? And the caption says something should be left at home. Why is that post all the way on the shade room right now? Your triangle's right there. How is it that that post reached from the shade room? And guess what now? The Americans are not going to get it because while I was saying, well, damn, edges, I know that it's a traditional high school. We know how they get. We know with the long uniform. But you guys could go in the comment section over there and see what they're commenting because I know this is where we're going to see how different our traditional school system is versus how people see it in other countries. Because I saw a comment that's like, oh, if they think they're in the jailhouse, why they can't wear edges to school? Very funny. Very surprised that Andrew's post got to the shade room. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's outrageous for them to say not to put the edges? And for me, at the end of the day, edges that make you learn.
I even saw someone, you know, making a joke like, you know, what's next? No locks, no twist, no curls. You know, it's turning a whole conversation about control versus creativity. Of course, guys, what do you think? Should schools even be in the business of regulating edges? Chime down in the comments and make a chat about it.
So all girls school in Jamaica just banned the young ladies from wearing bangs or any baby hairs. They said that curtains are meant for home, not on your face. And I just find it interesting, right, that after all these years of Jamaica having its independence, it still upholds Eurocentric colonial standards. Because not too long ago in 2020, they banned students from wearing locks to school. This is Jamaica. This is not America. This is Jamaica, where dark-skinned Jamaicans, and I'm only calling them that because they refer to themselves as being dark-skinned Jamaicans, make up 90% of the population. You don't need a Crown Act, or at least I thought you wouldn't need a Crown Act in a predominantly black country, right? But no, they're like, no, you can't wear locks. Just recently, 2025, the government is like, please don't send students home no more for wearing locks, and they still sending them home. So, and it's all based on, it's like, oh, this is not a civil rights issue, this is hygiene. So what, wearing locks, you got poor hygiene? Wearing bangs or baby hair is a distraction now? No, it's just y'all holding up Eurocentric colonial standards from the Brits. That's all this is. Go ahead and give Jamaica back to the Brits if y'all still gonna keep on practicing these type of policies.
This is the part of the video where I'm going to be a little bit controversial, and if you're here and you're an Islander, you know, so your girl just look at all avenues as much as we can look at. So now we're going to look at the cultural as well as, you know, from a global context. So now this conversation, I think, isn't just about Jamaica. It is global, as I said. In the US, in the UK, and even parts of Africa, you know, we have seen schools and workplaces call out discriminating against natural hairstyle. We're talking about black girls' hairstyle. We're talking about braids, locks, afros are oftentimes labeled as untidy or unprofessional. And make me know if me I tell a lie down in the comments. Because here's the thing, guys, you know, black hair has always been up for debate. And if it was about blonde highlights or even bangs, would we be even having this conversation? Probably not. But this goes deeper to me than edges and baby hair. It's about how society view black beauty and whether we're allowed to express ourselves freely. And let me know, as I say, if you think that I'm going into the right direction. Because if we're to be fair, you know, schools argue that that structure actually builds discipline. They believe that these rules actually prepare students for work life, because, you know, when you show up to the workplace, then you have to follow dress codes. And I totally get it. But where does that leave individuality, if you get what me I say? So of course, guys, I'm going to throw the questions back to you. Would this conversation even exist if edges weren't tied to black beauty? Or is this another example of hair politics? As usual, chime down in the comments and let's chat. Alright, fam, so now that I've said my piece, it is all about you. Do you think that the school made a right call in banning edges, or is it just another outdated thinking, you know, policing girls here for absolutely no reason? For me personally, I think this debate is actually bigger than edges. It's about a balance between discipline and, of course, freedom. And, you know, to think about it, I think this whole conversation shows that how much beauty culture is under a microscope everywhere we go. So, of course, guys, drop your thoughts below and let me know which side are you on. And, of course, don't forget your girl is back, you know, and we have a lot more story times, hot topics, and just real conversations, discussions coming. So ensure that you like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. You know, help us to build the Islanders family. Road to 100,000 subscribers. I cannot thank y'all enough. So of course, guys, if you want to continue to watch more relatable discussions like these, you can go ahead and click that up next video with the right yourself on your screen and enjoy the day away. As per usual, guys, thank you again so much for watching, sticking with me until the end. My name is Jody and I aspire to inspire. Until next time, guys, what good?